Okay, back to the phones. Moscow Mill, Missouri. It's Rich, and thank you for holding, sir. It's great to have you on the program.
Hey, Rush, it's been many years you and I have been together.
I thought, Moscow Mills, and there are not too many people from there to call. There might not be too many people that live there besides you. So I know that you've called here before.
Yes, sir, I did. I was in California and looked for houses on a computer, and you were kind of concerned how I bought a house on the computer.
Yeah, well, how many years ago was that, though?
Well, I got here after a year of trying to sell my house in 07. I retired in 06.
Yeah. Well, I remember the time you were doing it.
I got to Sacramento in 89, and you had just left, and some young man told me, you got to listen to this guy.
Yeah. And you found me in Moscow Mills.
Well, my wife stayed at home. She had MS at the time, and thankfully all that's behind us. But she would record every show at home, so that when I was out, I'd gotten promoted to regional manager. And while I was out, she would record, and then I would listen to you the next day between stops. I'd stop it and then come back and start it up again.
Well, I'm very flattered, sir. Thank you very much.
So her and I became ditto heads within 6 months, and we've been there ever since. And you're like a member of the family.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. That's the way I look at it.
But the reason I called
giant familial relationship.
The humor.
Yes.
Grateful for the humor. I would never have listened.
Right. And now you're not hearing any? Is there a complaint?
No, sir. The thing I wanted to mention, the reason I spurred into trying to get through, was when President Obama referred to Mrs. Joe Biden, Dr. Joe Biden. And I thought, we're being a little harsh on the guy because he did ballpark it.
What do you mean being harsh on the guy? I mean, they're buddy-buddy. They go to conventions. They stand on the floors. Even this guy could not think of her name. The wife of his vice president could not think of her name.
Well, I'm being facetious.
That's more than the brain freeze that people talk about. That was but look, my only point. He did it, and that's fine and dandy. You can say that, we're making a little bit too much of it because he was in the ballpark or whatever. My only point with all this is that the media tries to destroy Republicans who make little faux pas like that, and they start telling everybody how dumb and stupid or uncaring they are. So self-absorbed, so selfish, and so... With Obama, it's always... There's nothing to see here because he's a dream of a guy to begin with and all that. All right. He missed the Gulf of Mexico. So he thinks there's 57 states. Big deal. At least he's trying. At least he cares, is the way it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Obama's non-gaffes are just as bad. Remember when he said he would not add one dime to the deficit, or he wouldn't raise taxes on anybody making less than $200,000, or if you like your insurance plan, you can keep it? Or that Obamacare was going to drive premiums down, the private sector's doing fine. This guy's non-gaffes are just as dangerous.